Hey guys, Jim here. Thank you for coming to my channel, My Journey. This channel, as you know, is following my journey to get my life back. So, um, and you're going to see one of the things I like to do. It's actually therapeutic. I'm going to be doing the dishes. Um, this is my nightly ritual. I do the dishes every night. I'll usually wait till everybody goes to bed, or they're done eating for the night, because nobody likes doing multiple dishes all the time, ever. So, I know, right, ladies? A man that likes to do the dishes. I know Rob likes it. One of the big reasons why I do this is I'm the one that mainly cooks, but the thing is, me and Robin will always split like our thing. One of us working, then the other one mainly takes care of the house, make sure the kids are fed and everything, like just depending on the schedule. But on the days off for her, she doesn't have to do anything. If she opts to, that's up to her. But 9 out of 10 times, I will take over and I will do the dishes. Now, it may be hard to hear at times because I do keep the water running while I'm doing dishes because that's just my routine. But I'll keep it on a minimum like that. But I will speak up, or I can always move you guys closer, look at the counter. Gotta clean the kitchen too, which is another thing I do. Now, I always start off, and how it works is that I put the dishes up that I've previously done when I start dinner, actually. And what I do is I always start off with the thing that's going to take the longest to cook. Obviously, most people do that. But with this, what I do is the dishes I did the night before, what I do is I let it make sure they sit all day in the drying rack, and then I put them up when I start dinner. And the reason why, that's just my routine. And to be honest with you, this is one of the biggest things that I've always preached for myself, is that a routine is seriously one of the best and safest things you can do. Now, I'm not talking like a Sheldonian from Big Bang Theory type of routine. I mean, I am kind of like that, but yeah. So now another thing I do is I like these types of sponges right here. These are my favorite sponges. Now, you're probably thinking sponges, oh my god, they hold bacteria and all that. That's the reason why. What I do is I have two sponges. I have one that just cleans the dishes, and I have another one that gets all the grime and all that stuff off of it. And you're probably thinking, well, that's from spray garbage as well. Not necessarily, but you know, our dishes are clean. You don't really have to worry about it. Might be time to run a garbage disposal as well. But this is my routine. So, get my little soap bumper here, and I do a generous amount of soap, especially with like dishes we've had tonight, because we had I made Shea steak sandwich subs with steak fries. Now this usually can take anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, just depending on what I'm cleaning and everything like that. If I cook up big dinner, it usually takes a minute. But what I do is I put up all the dishes, except for the cups that you see over there. That's cups that are daily used, so I just leave them there. But what I do is, and as you see, I'm sitting down because the way my back is, it would kill me to stand here, my back right now. You know, it would hurt for me to stand and do dishes, you're probably like, what is he doing that, y'all? I gotta do this. But it's my routine. But anyway, so I sit in my chair. This is my chair I sit in majority of the day. It's a old office chair from one of the call centers around here in Huntington. And how I know that is this is my chair that I have from that call center. And it was funny because I was sitting there and I went and bought it for like $10 from a place called Restore here in Huntington. And what that is people take, let me take a step out on. Let me get this step out real quick. Because it's easier to talk about it. But I don't think I want to keep watching me sit. So, well, there's, I gotta clean up. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing I'm working on is quitting that nasty shit too. But, what I did is I got it from a place called Restore here in Huntington. And what they do is people donate old stuff that they don't want anymore. And they give it to Restore to sell. Now Restore honestly does not overprice their stuff. Not like Goodwill. Goodwill is like a 4-person's, what do you want to call it, Walmart. Okay. A pancake bowl that Robin bought me. Love this thing. Love these. Okay. Turn it upside down. And what they do is they resell their stuff, and all proceeds not only pay for their employees, but it also goes towards building the houses for the Habitat for Humanity project. You know, where they take houses and they take people who are less fortunate and they help them eventually own a home. And to me, that's amazing. So that's why I like going to Restore. And plus, the people there are like super cool, super nice. I mean, sometimes they may seem like a little grouch, but that's because sometimes they actually deal with some real buttheads. You know what I'm saying? They really, really deal with some of the worst type of people. I've seen them get cussed out because they had something that was there. And this is the type of place that if you need them to hold something, they will. You just gotta call them. You're like, hey, I'm gonna be on my way down there. Please hold this item. You know, I'm gonna purchase it today. Just please hold it. My name's, you know, blah 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 blah. And what they do is they hold it for 24 hours. And if you don't come to pick it up, then they put it out for sale. Well, you know, these people will call and expect them to keep it. Oh, well, just sold on the website like 4 days ago. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be there. You never called about it or anything, so that's not their responsibility. Like, they can't read minds. They're not going to know that you're going to want it, you know? Like a buddy of mine owns a car dealership here in Huntington. Well, yeah, well, I guess you call it Huntington. It could be like just here at Huntington or Margaretville. And so Bragg Hughes Auto. And ever since I bought my first car from them, I haven't dealt with any other dealership because I've been burnt before. Now the first car we ever owned, first 2 cars we ever owned were from people that we used to talk to all the time and everything like that. And then, you know, the last car we got from them, honestly, it wasn't that great of a car. You know, it was running okay, but it had a lot of tech issues, and transmission was pretty much falling out, and the car just, honestly, it quit working. And you know, they never really sold any more cars after that. So what I did was I was working for a company I worked for a call center around here. I'm not going to call them out because of certain reasons, but they were a good company. Should have never left them. But Um, but went to another dealership, got a Kia Soul, and it just got to the point where I couldn't afford it anymore, and they ended up reselling it. Well, getting a car from a dealership with a repo on your record, especially one that's kind of one that's new. They sell all new cars, but they have the certified pre-owned. It's kind of hard to get anything from them for the sole purpose of you have that repo on your record. Understandable, I'm not mad at them for that because you're considered a risk after that, especially with a car, especially with a new car. Well, we got this van. No wait, the van was first. Okay, I got this van from one dealership. It was a buy here, pay here type place, and it was shit. I should have known better. The dude was fast talking. He was too quick to sell it for how much money he wanted for it and everything. Within a week of having it, the damn starter went out. Was charged me for the starter to fix it. I was like, you know what, dude? But I was like, whatever. We'll do it. We'll take care of it. Blah blah blah. Because we needed a vehicle. Because we had a baby on the way. We had Delilah on the way, and everything. And we were having a bigger family. We got a van because I wanted a van because I'm a bigger guy. Obviously, even when I lost a lot of weight, I'm still a big dude. I'm tall. So I needed something that was going to be comfortable for my size. That van was it. Well, eventually that van completely shut off. I mean, it just said this one dealership, they were actually pretty cool. The guy I dealt with was really nice. They sold me the Kia Soul. Wow, the Charger bourbon. They took the van on the trade-in, and the Kia Soul was probably one of my top favorite cars that I owned. It was great on gas, easy to drive, fast little sucker too, I'll tell you that. And then I lost it. I went to another dealership that had actually a lot of good reviews. I'm not gonna call them out either. And I was desperate for a car, and I didn't pay attention to a lot of shit, and it turned out to be a bad car. It was a Durango. Oh, piece of crap. But that got taken away. I told him, you know what, come take it, because the guy was being a douche nozzle, and it got hit by a car. I told him, you know what, come get it, I'm not paying on it anymore. You want all this money for this truck, and I had to end up putting almost $1,000 into it to fix it, and whatever. So we were wanting to get a car. So we went to my friend Jeremy's dealership. He wasn't my friend at the time. Honestly, the only reason why I knew who he was because the guy that I bought the Durango from pointed me to them to go to get the inspection done, because the inspection needed to be done on the Durango. And they're like, well, we're going to fail it because of this, and this. I was like, okay. So I ended up taking it to a different dealer, or a different person, and I ended up getting the sticker on it, because all they did was honk your horn, turn your lights on, alright, you're good to go. So the first sticker they ever gave me, they just put it on and told me, have a good day, buddy. But now I'll go get a full inspection done. On the truck that we have now. But like I was saying, my buddy Jeremy, he had this car. We had $800. We had $900. We had $900 put back, and he had an older Buick Century, that's what it was. And we ended up getting that. Car was phenomenal. I mean, it was an old car. It had its issues. It was issues that come with the older cars, that you need the maintenance yourself and everything. I didn't hold Jeremy responsible for it because, well, he gave you a warranty and all that stuff on certain things, but certain things that were messing up, he wasn't obligated to fix. So, you know, we ended up getting a. We were like, we want to get a new car. We need to get a new ride. Because the Buick just wasn't comfortable anymore. Aiden was getting bigger. It was harder for him to sit in the back and everything. So we were like, you know what? I got a good job that we can save up and get a decent car. Well, the pandemic hit, and a lot of that money, get access on farm. A lot of the money that we had saved up, we started to use for like emergency things that really could help. And then they did that stimulus thing with the money. So what we did was we took, wasn't stimulus, it was actually taxes. I saw that they had a Kia Sedona for sale, and that van was phenomenal. It was comfortable, it rode smooth, it was huge, it was just an amazing van. And where we lived at the time, we were on, we were road parking. Okay, we were on street parking because at the time we lived with Rob's parents, and her dad obviously parked in the driveway because, well, that's his house. So we parked on the street. Well, some dude and his buddy were getting high in the front seat and said that, I lost control of the car and just hit. My axle's messed up. Axle was messed up after the accident, I should say. But ended up completely totaled the van. We were without a vehicle for a while. I mean, Robin's dad, fortunately, thankfully for him, he let us drive. He had a truck and a car, and he let us drive his car. And then one day, Jeremy's secretary, who I was really good friends with at the time, she ended up going separate ways with Jeremy because she had to go do something. She wanted to spend more time with her kids and everything. So this was the last car I bought from Jeremy when she was working there. And I know this is going to turn into like a car tour story time. Don't forget soup. Need more soup. But what we did was he had a 2004 Ford Expedition, and man, I love Ford Expeditions. You probably go Ford, well, you want the Ford, down on the road dead. But it was a beautiful truck, and they gave me a great deal on it. She messaged me, she's like, hey, you've always been such a great customer, and we want you to get this. We want you to take it. We want you to drive in this today. And we didn't have the money together. I was like, let me get back to you. If you can hold it for a day or so. And Jeremy's like, well, she's like, well, we'll hold it for you for a day or so. I was like, cool. And I was like, we're not gonna be able to. And I had a pretty good job at the time, actually. I worked for another call center. I was working home, like most jobs were at that time. I was working home, and I had other obligations I need to take care of, and it caught me right before I got paid. I was going to be getting like $1,500 check and everything, but it's going to be like a week. So I was like, damn, and me and Robert were sitting there talking about it in front of her dad, and me and Robert were just having a conversation because we were talking about my paycheck, how we could save it for a car and stuff like that. And, if we could get this money, together quickly, then maybe, we could do it. Well, her dad stepped up, like, y'all got your car. He said, I'll give you the down payment, you go get it today. And we did. And we paid him back, obviously. And, to this day, I'm forever grateful for that, because, without that, we wouldn't have the truck. And we have it today still. It has a little over 201,000 miles on it. It is a beautiful truck, monstrous fucking truck. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. It's a very monstrous truck, but it's comfortable. It seats everybody comfortably. We got a huge back. Actually, the apartment we live in now, me and Aiden, the day we moved in, officially moved in, me and Aiden moved a whole entire three bedroom house with that truck in 4 hours altogether. Take away the breaks and the actual work time, 4 hours. And boy, we were exhausted after that. But we did it, man. You know, me and Aiden were proud. We felt accomplished from that. And we, you know, and now it's our grocery getter. It's our travel thing. Everything. Only thing we have in this house that wasn't hauled with that truck is our sectional, because it was huge. It's humongous for one, and we got a good delivery price from Restore. $107 for damn near a mint condition sectional sofa, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I love the truck, man. It's easy to drive. It's fun to drive. You know, I had to get used to it. I really had to get used to it, because the biggest thing I'd driven that was ours at the time. Sorry, getting silverware out. So I'm trying to stab myself. I would do silverware last. Well, what's in the water, silverware's last. I do it last because it's, to me, the most tedious thing about doing hand washing dishes. And let me drink water on this side. Okay, get the water up on here. But what was I saying? Oh, the truck though, it's a beautiful truck. It's an amazing truck. Great sound system, easy to drive. Like the biggest thing that we owned was one of the vans. You know, one of the vans is probably the biggest thing that we owned at the time. But the biggest thing I driven was her dad's truck, which was a 2013, I do believe. Sorry. Didn't expect that to happen. It was a 2013 Chevy Silverado called Baby, because he babied the hell out of that thing. Every 1,000 miles, he was doing the fluids, he was getting a primo gas, everything like that. Then he went and got him a little Sportster car, the Cadillac ATS. That thing was little shit, but man, it was comfortable to drive, that's for sure. But back to what I was saying, the biggest things that I had driven that we owned personally was the Durango and the vans. Now, don't get me wrong, the Ford Windstar, it lasted. After we got a few kinks of it worked out, and after my dumb butt broke the oil pan trying to jack it up, yeah, I'm not real savvy on cars, to be honest with you. Love them, love looking at them, love driving them, don't matter if it's, but I'm learning. It's always a learning process. Never too old to learn new stuff. Remember that, people. But I got everything worked out, and honestly, that van took a lot of driving. Honestly, I mean, we never really drove too far. I think what put on its last leg, to be honest with you, was I was having problems with a compression or something in the engine, and it kept popping the stupid hose off that with the coolant and everything. First time we'd done that, we got stranded in Ohio, not far from the house, but at the time, but it was a hot day. Kids were stranded. We ended up having to go get hose clamps and antifreeze and all that stuff, and finally got everything fixed. Finally got it all fixed up and everything. And this is when I started doing my weight loss journey, like hardcore doing it. It took me to the gym every day, it took me to work every day, and everything like that. And it was a good thing, don't get me wrong, but at the end there, man, that was one of the most annoying damn cars, one of the most annoying damn vehicles that I had ever owned in my history of existence in life. So, but now, we got the Expedition. I baby the hell out of it. I make sure it stays clean. I try to anyway. With the depression and not really leaving the house and everything, stuff has a tendency to build up. Okay, more spoon. And we got the big pans to clean that we actually took to dinner in. We had steak fries and steak sandwiches. Sorry, I've been rambling on for almost 30 minutes now about my damn callers that I had. But the reason why is because this is very therapeutic for me. And when I'm sitting here, this is what I think about. Or I watch Angry Grandpa videos on YouTube. Now, also important, make sure you clean your sink out. That you had all that water and all them dishes and stuff in, because you're going to have nasty crap floating all in it and everything. Because, kids, they don't get everything that they're supposed to get off the dishes and everything put in the trash or in the garbage disposal that we have. So what you do, make sure you turn this on real loud real quick. Sorry if you can't hear me, you're right by the water spigot. Okay, I'm going to turn that water off for right now. Then you take your little doohickey and get over here and get out the trash. Now we have 2 trash cans in this kitchen. We have a big closet on one side. We have a big closet over there. I have a trash bag right here. Now that trash bag is my cooking trash bag and my trash bag for this that gets taken out. Depending on if I have to throw food away and stuff like, which a lot of times food gets put in the big one for the smell and bugs and stuff. This one is mainly trash for like opening packages for like like stuff like chicken, meat, whatever, eggs and everything. But we don't let it sit to where it stinks and don't attract flies or anything like that. And this is one of the big reasons why at the end of the day I do the dishes. I have a routine. I have a special way I like to do dishes. Aiden was doing the dishes, but typical 13-year-old clean. So, and it got to the point where it became my routine to clean the kitchen, because I do clean the kitchen. I don't ask Robin to do it. I don't ask kids to do it, because kids go to school. They gotta live like kids, man. They gotta, they go to school and everything. I don't expect them to come home and just clean the whole damn house. But I'm a perfectly able adult, most part. I do clean. But this is my big thing. I do this before I even remotely touch a video game. Because if I don't want to get like immersed into a video game and just forget. And then, because I did it one time and we had both sides of our sink full of dishes. I was like, ooh, that took like 2 hours to do, because I hand wash everything. We don't have a dishwasher, so I hand wash all these dishes. And I'll tell you one thing, my hands are nice and smooth. They're nice and pretty for a dude's hands. Although I still got rough hands from calluses from working with my hands for so long. And it's just a very therapeutic thing for me to do. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to come in here and clean this kitchen. Like Robin's asked, hey, you want to go clean the kitchen? I'm like, no, babe, I got it. Oh, and by the way, it was our wedding anniversary today. 15 years we've been married, and wouldn't trade it for the world. We don't post all over social medias and everything, because honestly our life's nobody's business really. But she has been my best friend for 16 years. We've been together We've known each other for 16 years. Unknowingly longer than that, but we've been together for 16 years. Been married for 15 of those 16 years. We've been parents for 13 years, and yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. We've had a lot of ups and downs and everything. Like any good married couple has ups and downs. If they're having nothing but ups or nothing but downs, then there's no equal balance there. If there's ups and downs, cries and laughter, pain and happiness, all rolled into a marriage, then you're doing something right. Because when there's pain but there's laughter, you're trying to fix it. And there's been times that, you know, um, people doubted us and everything, but we fought through it for 16 years being together, 15 years being married. People didn't think we would ever get married. We did. People doubted us from day one when we got married. Then we found out we were pregnant with Aiden, and people doubted us as parents. He's been alive for 13 years and he's very healthy, very happy. And then when we had Delilah, people were, it was finally like everyone that was happy, and then, a bunch of shit happened. But the thing is, here we are today. And we always have a ritual. We watch a scary movie or something like that, but I always buy her a Pepsi, a Heath bar, and peanut M&Ms. And I don't expect anything from her. I never ask for anything. And if she doesn't give me anything, I'm not heartbroken, because the best thing at the end of the day is I'm still married to her. But yeah, you getting all gushy and everything. But the reason why I waited so long to talk about this is because I was taking a break. But I'm gonna move this over here and turn it down so y'all can hear me. But like any married couple, we have our issues, and I'm happy for those issues for the sole purpose of you find out how strong your marriage is when you have them. You run into an issue, and all of a sudden your first thing is divorce this, divorce that. Oh, I'm breaking up with you. Oh, I'm gonna go find somebody else to screw and all that stuff. Or you just constantly degrade the person every single day. If you're that unhappy, man. I mean, I know divorce is considered like a blasphemous thing to a lot of people, but I'd rather see a couple get divorced than them just remain unhappy for the rest of their lives, or them do like that shady shit for the rest of their lives just because of that sole purpose. And she has her course, I have mine. She's married to a person that has chronic depression, PTSD, schizophrenia, bipolar, addicted to food, can't get his shit together to lose the weight and everything. And I'm a dipper. I'm married to a woman that immerses herself in fan fiction reading. I mean, it's not wrong with that, but she immerses herself in fictional reading. She's a smoker. And just each of us have our quirks that other people will be like, what the hell? And then there's a lot of times that we just don't care what other people think. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody thinks about me at all. That's the reason why doing YouTube is so easy. Is because I can get someone here call me a total fat cow whale piece of crap, and I'm like, oh really? You didn't know that? Thanks for pointing it out, bro. And I just laugh it off. Or someone be like, dude, you need to get your teeth fixed. I know my teeth are jacked up, trust me. I didn't like it at first, but hell, I got used to it. It's my fault. I mean, hell, my teeth are jacked because I don't take care of them. And I'm eventually going to get them fixed when I can get on a good dental plan and get everything fixed up and all that good stuff. Because you're probably thinking, well, you're out of work. Why aren't you working? Well, I am to an extent. I do work my ass off every day. You know, everyone's like, well, you're not a man if you don't work, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what I have to say to those people? I take care of my kids, and my kids love me, my kids know who I am, and my kids are happy. They're not like my piece of shit father. So, that's how I look at it. My kids know who their daddy is. Don't question if their dad loves them. See, like I tell, like my wife, Robin knows exactly how my life is with my sperm donor. I like to call him because I don't call it because any man can be a father. It takes a true man to be a dad. And well, let me tell you something. I'm a dad. My kids love me. They're my sole purpose for breathing 99% of the time. And you know, honestly, I mean, it would kill me worse if my kids would hate on me like a lot of haters do than the haters. Here's the reason why. Don't get me wrong. If I ever get any fans or followers from doing this YouTube thing again, you know, because I had some followers with my third gen channel, still do, you know, still have a good amount of followers. I have not a good amount, but I have some followers, you know. I had like 50 some or 60 some followers, I think. And you know, every time I post an update video or something like that, they're always liking it, they're always watching it. But I guarantee you right now, a lot of my followers are my friends and family. Because the thing is, we've held each other up. We don't put each other down. You know? Like, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that have beef with other YouTubers. I don't care. Like me, for instance, when I first started the Third Gen Double channel, my sole purpose, the reason why I done it, is because of Boogie2988. Boogie2988 was my biggest inspiration for starting the damn YouTube thing, and do I still follow him? Yeah. Do I still go on his word? Not really. You know, because his attitude seemed to change a little bit and everything with the way life went. I mean, honestly, the dude's been dealt a shit hand in a lot of aspects or anything like that, but the thing is, I love Boogie. I do. Doesn't mean I sit there and binge watch his videos. I watch his old stuff, obviously. I'll sit there and I'll watch the hell out of his old stuff. The new stuff, I'll take a glimpse at it, and it's not because it's not old Boogie. I don't watch it, it's because it's the same stuff. To me. Now, you're probably thinking, I love watching Kid Behind the Camera. You know, Bridget West, Kid Behind the Camera, Pickle Boy, if you know. And I love watching them because they have grown. They've grown. And what I mean, not in channel size, which, you know, they've grown as people. They've grown as adults. And what saved them, what helped them do that, is Mia and Michael, their little babies. And when I found out that Bridget West was pregnant, I was so stoked for them, but I was also sad because old AGT wanted some grandbabies from Michael and Bridget before anything happened to them. And it wasn't long after AGT passed that they found out they were pregnant with me at first. And then little Miss Mia, happy late birthday by the way, baby girl, for if you ever see this, which I doubt you will, but happy birthday. Then they had Michael, little badass Michael. Love that little kid, watching him grow up and everything. What I love is that they don't post day to day anymore. That's so fun, sorry. They don't post day to day anymore. because they worry more about their kids. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's how you know they've grown. If you get these people that are on YouTube, like I've seen some stuff, honestly, that makes my skin crawl with some of the parents here on YouTube. Because they're nothing but clout chasers and everything like that. And they exploit their kids. Like there was this one that had a kid who brought home like a kind of a bad report card. Instead of making it a private moment and say, hey, why are you having problems with this or that? No, hey, let's make a YouTube video and exploit our child so that way we can make our kids feel like utter crap and like a failure. No. I'll be honest with you. Aiden, I'm not going to talk about his report card. Aiden is a damn good kid. That is my true partner in crime. That is, get some water off this. That homeboy makes me so proud as a father. And it's because of who he is. You know, he's a damn good kid. He's intelligent, he's smart, wonderful, kind-hearted. I mean, this kid would give a shirt off your back. He really would. He's been like that since he was little. And the thing is, though, the thing is, I don't hide nothing from him. To be honest with you. I used to be an addict. A drug addict. You know, I was addicted to drugs and everything when I was younger. Even when me and Robin first met, I was addicted to pills. You know, I was homeless, and it's the only thing I really had to do. You know, and this kid knows every bit of it, because I don't hide stuff from him. What's the point of hiding stuff when they need to know the truth? Because he's at the age now where he's gonna have those friends, and those friends are like, hey, bro, you wanna go like smoke some weed or do some pills or something? And he needs to know the dangers behind it, especially living around this damn place anymore. Because this place around here, you know, when you make the news for having so many ODs in like a 2-hour period, you're like, damn, man, I really need to tell my kids, you know, watch out for this X, Y, and Z type thing, you know. And I was an alcoholic. Hell, me and both and Robin were both alcoholics when we first became friends. And we were alcoholics first year we were together. We were more worried about beer and cigarettes than we were about helping pay bills or saving money, you know. And you know, it's after we found out we were pregnant with Aiden is when everything slowed the hell down hugely. Like, we quit smoking, we quit drinking was off the table, smoking was off the table. You know, never missed a doctor's appointment, nothing like that. I got a job at 7-Eleven. I worked there for like almost 3 years, and then they fired me, and I went into such bad depression. I'll talk all about that in a different video. This is almost running for 45 minutes now, so it's gonna be a minute while it's uploading. But you know, it was like you know, it was like such a bad time. Aiden saw me at my worst, dealt with me at my worst, but yet he still loves me. He knows who I am, and that makes me so proud of myself, because I'm 10 times better of a father than my sperm donor ever was. And then Delilah knows exactly who I am. Even though me and Roman had our problems there for a minute, Delilah knows exactly who I am, and she loves me. She gets off school bus, she runs to me. I love it. I love every second of it. And this gives me a chance, it gives me a chance to really sit here and see my kids, you know, because for so many years I've worked, I worked constantly, you know, and um, you know, now Robin's back in the workforce and she's liking it. I do believe. I hope so. But I'm gonna, you know, really buckle down here soon and start getting a work at home job, get a new computer, get start working at a work at home job, and take care of all that. But yeah, like with with everything that goes on with Aiden, man, I couldn't ask for a better kid. I really couldn't. He's smart. He's so smart. He's so kind. He's so gentle with everything. He's such a great big brother. The kids went trick or treating on Monday. Robin was working, and I took the kids. I can't walk around a lot, so what I did is I followed them. I would go drive up some. We were in a safe neighborhood, so I would drive up some park, wait for them to pass me, wait till I couldn't see them directly, and then I would move forward. And this kid had a pillowcase. Now, this house has give out a ton of candy. And his thing is he took his sister trick or treating. He walked around with her and let her have her fun. He took some candy here and there. Delilah took whatever she could get, but that's her. That's another wonderful, beautiful child on this planet. To be honest with you, this planet don't deserve my kids. My kids are leaps and bounds amazing, you know. And I just wish that this planet was in better condition for them, because like when we were growing up, you know, it was kind of hard, but you know, it seems like life was just so much simpler then compared to now, you know. And our kids are gonna grow up in this generation like, wow, you know, like all this, just everything. And you know, I want to leave this. If I want the day I leave this planet, I want my kids to always remember me. You know, that's my biggest fear. Is if I was to like die tonight, eventually they would forget about me. You know, and I just hope that never happens. Used to be my biggest fear was dying in general. My biggest fear was heights and water. I've never really been scared of dying. I know it's going to happen. But sitting here talking and looking through my eyes, it's like one day that's not going to be there anymore. It's like, wow. It used to be like, oh, okay. But now, with my kids and Robin, you know, don't get me wrong, but I love my kids more than I love her. Same thing goes with her. She loves them more, she loves me. How it should be. But it's one of those things you sit there and you're just like, man, you see them, hear them talk, you hear them laugh, have fun. And then it breaks your heart knowing that one day you're not going to see it anymore or hear it anymore. And you're just hoping that afterlife does happen so you can be the ghost, not the nest in the home, but just to hear them laugh and smile and stuff. So, but as you can tell, my dishes are done. I still got to clean the kitchen, but yeah. So I'm sorry I rambled on for almost an hour, but there weren't that many dishes that needed to be done. Because like I said, I do majority of the dishes throughout the day. Like I do dishes at night before I do anything else. Right now I got WWE, so I'm binge watching the Survivor Series because I can't wait for the Survivor Series this month. WWE. It's like one of my favorite pay-per-views. My favorite is Royal Rumble, but yeah, so yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this video so I can finish cleaning up this kitchen. And I may post another video later, just depends on how I feel. But if you want to check out my gaming, go to 3rd Gen Devil. You'll see me. So, but I don't go on camera, you just hear me talking. I stream it from my PS4. So, usually I play Call of Duty. But now I'm going to try to venture more into NASCAR and stuff like that. But I definitely play Call of Duty on there, which can't wait to get the new one, by the way. So, yeah, so I just want to take the time to really sit there and thank you guys so much, for the ones that do follow me, for doing that. You know, it means a lot to me. If you don't mind, like my videos, share them, share my channel, tell your friends about them, tell your family, tell anybody you know that may be having issues. That there are people out there like them that have like depression and stuff, and they can't function. I do it every day now. So I love you guys, and thank you for continuing to follow my journey. I'll do another separate video, story time, about the whole depression thing I was telling you about earlier. And who knows, my schedule's going to change. I'll probably be doing more videos. I feel like it, because this was just actually spur of the moment. So, yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for following me on my journey. Until next time, God bless.